Loyalty is a good thing, and we realize that there are many people that have been Windows users for several years and have applications, data, and stuff on their computer, and they're a little concerned about making the switch to Ubuntu Linux. For those of you that fit that description, but are still curious about Linux, we have a nice option. It's called WUBI. WUBI, and it's the Windows Ubuntu Installer. And what this does is it actually installs into Windows just like a regular Windows application. It takes a part of your hard drive and makes it a virtual drive and installs Ubuntu Linux there. Then when you boot your machine, you have a choice of Ubuntu or Windows. And this will give you a chance to get familiar with Ubuntu. You can use this to take this entire course, everything should work just fine, and see how you feel before making the switch. And then maybe someday you'll be a loyal Ubuntu user. So let's see how this works. Okay, so here's the situation. You have Windows, you're not quite ready to take the full plunge to Ubuntu Linux, so here's a option for you to try. You can go to our website, log in using your student account from your Windows machine. In this case we're using Mr. Doe. And Mr. Joe is not quite ready to let go of his Windows, so here's his option. You can go to Student Downloads and see the WUBI Windows Ubuntu Installer. Rather than installing a full version to install for this option, we click the WUBI, select Run, and select Run again. Let it install to your C drive. Let it have the default installation size for now. You can make that larger if you want to. We'll leave it at 5 gig for now. Actually, if you're serious, I would make it a little bigger. Select a password for yourself and put that in twice. Leave it on the Ubuntu desktop environment. Just take the standard Ubuntu and click Install. This is actually getting version 11.4. Once you've made those selections, you'll have to download the Ubuntu software from the Ubuntu distribution site. This could take 10 to 15 minutes, so just let it take its course. If we have less than a minute, this download, about 40 seconds left. This is probably the longest part of the install and download. That depends on your internet connection. Once this is finished installing, and this is a very safe way to try to use Ubuntu because you still maintain all your Windows. It does not disturb your file system at all. It actually makes a virtual drive as part of your Windows file system and runs there. Now it's checking the installation files. Okay, and that's it. We can reboot now. We'll click Finish, and our Windows will reboot. Now when Windows boots, we have a choice. You can pick Ubuntu. We're presented with our login. Select your user and enter your password. And in this case, we're seeing the standard Gnome Desktop. We can tell that because we have our 3 menus, Applications, Places, and System near the top. Well, as we said, this installs just like a program, and we're going to show you that. We're going to look in our control panel and see that we have what looks like a program installed called Ubuntu, and how easy it is to uninstall. Now, the nice thing I like about this is we go to Control Panel, Classic View, Add remove programs, and here we have our Ubuntu. So you see it's easy enough to remove this, and we have not disturbed your Windows at all. So you can very easily remove the Windows, the Ubuntu installation from this Windows. Okay, so now it's up to you. The ball is in your court. You have this option to install Linux the WUBI way and get to try it out on your PC and still be able to maintain your Windows operating system and all your Windows programs and all your data and your documents and all before making a change. So it's up to you. Now if you're more interested in doing a full Ubuntu install, the next reading for this chapter shows you how to do that.